Tempting, but just too dangerous. Why South Africa isn't US ally material. War of words, Gaten McKenzie and Julius Malema clash in public spat. Another court setback for Jacob Zuma and his not-so-merry men. After 15 years, Cape Town City Hall clock chimes ring out across the CBD once again. Hello, I'm Jane Dutton.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent.
The Constitutional Court has refused direct access to the Umkhonto weSizwe Party and former President Jacob Zuma in its matter against President Cyril Ramaphosa. The MK Party had approached the court on an urgent basis to set aside the president's decision to place Police Minister Senzo Mchunu on special leave and to appoint an acting police minister. The court has ruled that the application does not engage its jurisdiction.
Before the Umkhonto weSizwe Party's case could be heard on why Senzo Mchunu should be fired and not suspended as police minister, the party and its leader had to apply for direct access to the Constitutional Court. This is for a case to be made on why the matter must be heard in the Apex Court before starting in the High Court. But the Constitutional Court has not engaged the merits of this case, denying the MK Party direct access. Justice Stephen Matopo handed down the order.
It's concluded that the application does not engage the court's jurisdiction, and no case has been made out for direct access. And the following order is made. 1, direct access is refused. 2, courts are reserved.
Matopo said the reasons for the order will be given at a later stage. Khomza Modise, Eyewitness News at the Constitutional Court.
A state witness has broken down in tears as the Lusikisiki massacre trial got underway in the Eastern Cape. The witness, who cannot be named for safety reasons, took to the stand to testify in a separate matter linking some of the accused in the matter. Accused 1 to 5 in the Lusikisiki mass murder are also linked to DC Gijana's murder, which happened in August 2024.
Seemingly, the postponement of this case on a daily basis is what we're going to experience. And it's actually going to drag longer than we anticipated.
The U.S. State Department's Bureau of Democracy, Human Rights and Labor says the current crime situation in South Africa is not conducive to growth or collaboration with the United States. The assessment follows a recent trip by a senior advisor, Samuel Sampson, to learn more about rural farm attacks, with the Bureau citing statistics from NGO AfriForum to inform its position. The press spokesperson said the visit was out of concern for the rights of minority populations, discriminatory legislation, law and order, and potential shared economic interests. Tomorrow, hefty US trade tariffs against a number of countries, including South Africa, are due to take effect. South Africa will be hit with a 30% tariff on imports into the US.
The reality is, yes, there are issues that the US has continued to raise with us. And yes, we have committed to engage with them. As I said, Minister Lamula was there this week. But we also have to deal with the reality that on the trade issues, we're part of many that are dealing with similar situations. And I'm not naive to suggest that, in fact, those other issues might not impact on South Africa.
US President Donald Trump has set a deadline of August the 1st for countries to finalize trade deals with the US or face increased tariffs. He warned that Canada's decision to recognize a Palestinian state could jeopardize future trade relations. Today, we've seen a bold cut in policy rates.
Against this backdrop, the MPC decided to reduce the policy rate by 25 basis points to 7% with effect from 1 August. The decision was unanimous.
EFF leader Julius Malema says he won't hesitate to sue Patriotic Alliance leader Gaten McKenzie for bad-mouthing him. In the latest round of potshots, McKenzie called Malema stupid, domdung, a gossip and a bank robber in a social media post to his party supporters on Monday night.
In a wide-ranging message to PA supporters, party leader Gaten McKenzie also took a swipe at the EFF's Julius Malema, following the Red Berets' 12th birthday rally in Cape Town last weekend, saying the PA had been slamming the EFF in by-elections. McKenzie told supporters the EFF is in ICU, that Malema gossips without facts and can't prove how he funds his lavish lifestyle.
Me and him, we are ex-criminal colleagues. I used to rob banks. He used to do VBS is robbing banks too.
Responding to McKenzie's claims on EWN's Politricking podcast, Malema referred to McKenzie as a prisoner and says over the years the EFF's learned to accept the VBS jibes.
I've never robbed anything in my entire life. Never.
Malema, who has already filed 2 defamation suits against the PA's Deputy President Kenny Kunene and won one of them, says he won't hesitate to strike again for this latest round of insults. Lindsay Dentlinger, Eyewitness News.
The case against a Johannesburg mother. The group is facing grave allegations of child abuse and attempted murder, both Schedule 5 offences that make securing bail extremely difficult.
Remember that video clip that was making the rounds on social media showing a 4-year-old toddler seemingly switch on what looks like a broken bottle and then handing it over to his mother before his mother instructed him to smoke? What was found inside there is a matter of police investigation. Now, the mother, alongside 3 other men, made their first appearance at the Johannesburg Magistrates Court today on charges of child abuse and attempted murder. Now, they appeared before the dock with their heads hung low. 2 of the accused had bruising on their faces. Now, the state has indicated that it will be opposing their release on bail, with the defense not yet selected. The court had asked the accused if they will be applying for a public defendant or if they'll take the private route. The matter was put down to Monday, the 4th of August, to allow the accused to secure a public defendant and then indicate if they're going to be applying for their release on bail. However, since they're facing Schedule 5 offences, this means that their bail application might prove challenging. Monkey Zikoko, Eyewitness News at the Johannesburg Magistrates Court.
Parliament has released the names of members who will serve on the ad hoc committee to investigate allegations of police corruption made by Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi. EFF leader Julius Malema and ANC Chief Whip Mdumiseni Ntuli are among the members set to serve on the multi-party committee. The committee has 5 ANC members. The DA has been allocated 4, who include Police Committee Chairperson Ian Cameron, as well as the party's Justice spokesperson Glynis Breitenbach. The MK Party has 3, while the EFF has 2, with Inkatha Freedom Party, Patriotic Alliance, FF Plus and Action SA all having 1 seat each. Please call me Inventor. Nkosana Makate says he remains resilient despite a constitutional court setback in his long-running battle with Vodacom. Justice Mbuyiseli Madlanga handed down a scathing judgment against the Supreme Court, ruling that it made several errors in its ruling that ultimately favour Makate. After nearly 20 years of legal battles, Makate is demanding compensation from Vodacom for the Please Call Me product, with the company offering 47 million rand while he maintains he is entitled to billions.
Obviously, we expected a different decision and we have to abide with the court decision. And we're going back to the SCA because they have said that the SCA must apply themselves properly and maybe outline the reasons that they should lead them to a decision. That's what we're going to do. Yeah.
Do you feel that you've been let down by the legal system?
I think the CC could have probably finalized the matter. We still had a hearing at the High Court, which they could have gone to as well, and then ignored the SA completely. They are at large to do that, and they could have done that, yeah.
You've been described as resilient by many South Africans. You've kept on going thus far. Are you still feeling like a resilient man after this?
Well, I'm still resilient. I'll forever be. We'll go to the SCA, and the SCA must just relook at the case and then provide us with the judgment that will then stand the test.
At the same time, the Constitutional Court has been honouring Justice Madlanga in a special ceremony this morning. He retires after a total of 17 years on the bench as a judge, 12 of those spent in the Apex Court. 91 people have been killed while trying to access aid in Gaza in the past day. The Hamas-run health ministry says 111 were killed overall in the last 24 hours, with 820 injured. And that is the sound of the Cape Town City Hall clock for the first time in 15 years.
After about 6 months of delicate work to restore the bell strike and chime functions, the clock was heard chiming again today after being out of commission for 15 years. Speaking to the mayor just after the clock struck 12 o'clock, he described the event as an emotional occasion.
I'm standing here with goosebumps still, just hearing that 12 o'clock chime for the first time in many, many years. And it's not just about fixing a clock and fixing these beautiful chimes. It's about what it represents for Cape Town, that we take pride in what we have and we take pride in our city.
The mayor said it's important to ensure the clock will still be available for future generations. Carlo Peterson, Eyewitness News at City Hall in Cape Town.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent.